Thank you for having us. My name is Quentin Baker Batista. This is Eduardo Filho. We are representing today Atronocon project, which we started a few years ago and finally went public. And we just want to go through it in a very short time. 7 minutes is quite short, so as you guys all know, when it comes to technology, you really can dive in and really get lost in it. So what we want to do is just showing the idea. We haven't invented the wheel new. We have not produced anything which was not existing before on the market. The only thing which we did, we put it under one roof and we optimized the technology behind to get it faster, more secure, and as I said, all under one roof. And I want to keep it on that as well, very short when it comes to that, what it is doing. So we starting here, we have a banking part, an exchange part, debit credit card part, depends on what your credentials are, mobile staking part, and high security messenger, which we put all under one roof. And for us, it was the reason behind to build that. It was that what we would love to have if we operate with these tools. So I want to give at this moment over to Eduardo, which is leading the technology team, and would love to dive with him more into what we have done and how we did it. And when it comes to the point you want to know more about the team and all that, we are as well the holding here, but we don't want to use these 7 minutes to go deep into this, as we are 168 people, and it depends from which point you're looking at the project. You have made other interests. Some of you would like to speak to people from the technical team. Some of you would like to speak to people from the marketing or from the sales team. We all here for you if you want to spend time with us after to speak more and deeper about the project. At this point, we would love to dive in a little bit in the technology part.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me here. So basically this project is a combination of more than 20 projects we did in the past 12 years developing open banking protocols, trading platforms, and connecting services. When you talk about cryptocurrency and blockchain development and you go into banking, and it's quite a nightmare for compliance department. So we started by creating a protocol for virtual identification. Basically what we do, we combine different IDs into a tokenized version of the user, so we have a virtual instance of the user. We combine this user to a wallet, and this wallet is a multi-currency wallet, so it stands with fiat currencies and cryptocurrencies as well. And by having this ecosystem combined into one single platform, we can provide sorts of different types of services. So like explained before, banking, as we integrated with business partners. Our playground is Brazil. I'm Brazilian, but I live abroad. We started with Santander, and now we're integrated with Itaú, and it's the biggest private bank in Brazil. Credit Fuzz is like a credit union. So we provided them open banking protocols, and when we provide open banking, we connect the cryptocurrency world, and by connecting both sides with an identified ecosystem, we have taxation protocols, and we were pioneers in taxation on cryptocurrency in Brazil and Latin America, and now we're expanding. We have our head office is in Zug, in Switzerland. Now we have Brazil, Switzerland, Portugal, the USA. That's our last step. So by having the same system with one single technology connecting multiple blockchains, we can reduce the fees because we control the blockchain. It's not a blockchain itself, it's a different system. The blockchain uses elliptical curve. We use conic equations to combine multiple blockchains. This keeps every service synchronized, so we have instant confirmation on the project. We connect to acquirers, so that is provide us access to debit and credit cards. At the same time, we have a liquidity protocol that connects multiple exchanges from all over the world, like the big exchanges of the planet are connected into one single API for us. And combining the exchange and the banking services, we can provide the user escrow service. This allows over-the-counter trading and peer-to-peer trading, peer-to-peer lending, margin trading, a lot of different services. And we combine this into one single mobile. We did some tests for the past 7 years on the core. Now 2 years developing this project specifically. We can go from 70 to 100 million transactions per second without delay or any problem on conciliation and liquidation of the digital asset. We give the user anonymity, but not. It doesn't mean the user doesn't exist. Just for you to understand, one of the companies that makes our compliance is a subsidiary company of the Department of Justice of the United States. So we have to comply with all the international rules for money laundering, terrorism, financing. So our KYC system is very high and accurate. This gives the user security. There's no cloud storage. Each user holds its own account, so each user controls its own blockchain. And this allows interconnection between users. And this saves a lot of processing and storage in our side, so the cost keeps going really low. And for the messaging, we realized in the past 3 years of experience, especially on the banking, virtual banking in Brazil, users start doing the communication for trading and doing business between them on WhatsApp, Messenger, on Facebook, different social medias. So we combine it into one single platform, the messaging system, where they can transfer files, they can transfer crypto, they can transfer fiat into one single environment. And all the fees that are run in the system is running one single utility token that the user can zero the fees of the service by staking. So if they're staking on the platform, means they're becoming liquidity providers of the system, they get the service for free. So the system uses proof of stake and also a delegated proof of stake. So each user of the system becomes a distributed node. You have 3 different aspects of the node. You can run a full node that is running the core of the system itself. You can run a master node that is connected to the core and doing messaging system. Or you can run a DPoS, that is the delegated proof of stake, that is a distributed node. So you just have your own blockchain connecting to other services. This creates a secure, transparent environment, eco-friendly, because it reduces a lot of processing time and energy consumption on data center. We're doing processing on the client side. So a mobile phone can process 30, 40 million transactions with a single phone. So it's totally different than the blockchain of the Bitcoin itself, but I won't go into technical details. So the project started with the private token offering. It started at 15 cents, now it goes to 65. Just for you to understand the size of the market, we always start a project validation in Brazil. It's 1.5 million users, so it's a really good environment to test this. It's a crypto-friendly country. We have access to regulators. We wrote the regulation sandbox for Brazil for taxations and KYC. So it's a really interesting environment to test projects. So basically, this is our roadmap. Right now, we have full API. So other developers can create different services using our API. So they can have virtual banking, KYC, compliance, transfer, fiat, custody, escrow, lots of different services. And July this year, we are launching the mobile version of this. It's already deployed as a progressive web app. Anybody can use on a mobile or desktop. So basically, these are the companies that are connecting. We have is the software house that is embedded to the projects, like a nesting. It's like a joint venture between everything. The C stands for Digital Capital Aberto. That's the Brazilian company for trading with the banks and exchanges in Brazil. Credifos is the credit union. Then we have Santander, Brazil, and Itaú, biggest banks in Brazil, providing us banking services. We provide open banking for them on the blockchain. So they allow us to use the platform and open bank accounts for every user. basically we have coverage from the media, press partners, and the last topic, I think this I'll send to Mili, is this basic standard of the project. All projects we do staking, and 10% of the staking goes to philanthropy and social projects. And I'll allow Mili to close the presentation with this.
Yeah, this is a very personal thing, and I see she's already getting nervous. We go far over the 7 minutes, that's why I thought. One of the things we saw in the last 7 years, or since we're all working together in the team, is like everybody talks about charity and doing something for the people really in need and poverty, and so we decided why nobody's doing it, putting it actually on a blockchain, really putting in a smart contract, immutable, getting 10% of all you're doing, everything coming in, going out, fees, taxes, and give it to projects really to people who need them. You don't feel it. It's like a little part of a cent which goes by millions of transactions, but the bulk is really what makes a difference. And for this one who are really interested in going deeper in that, should go to Operation Rescue and see what it is. Today, we have like 1,200 kids eating every day, coming after school, having food, doing their daily program, having shower, having shelter, and going then on their social project back to the families. So this is one of the things which really was for us very, very important to do, and I would love to close. Oh, it's only.
Thanks for the presentation, and impressive what you've built. From a business model, you see yourself, this is a B2B model. Do you see yourself kind of building white label solutions for the banks that can become access, or is this kind of a ribbon-like system where banks just participate?
We started in Brazil as a business-to-business provider. We have 12,000 companies, trading companies, banks, family offices. Let's say, giving them access to get the exposure to cryptocurrency. They don't like to do the custody, they don't like to deal with the technology. So in 2012, we started doing the services for small banks, credit unions, and we do offer white labels and private labels, but it's the software side. This is a very specific project that combines different challenges we had in the past by providing solutions to the consumer. So this is a business-to-consumer solution. It's a retail market solution. It's providing banking services for the unbanked and the exposure to cryptocurrencies.
Okay, so I think this gentleman here has another question.
Yeah, hi guys, thanks for the presentation. I was just wondering, you mentioned that you are doing secure transfer of files, of messages, and so on. So what kind of encryption protocol do you use for that?
We run our own blockchain, so we do parallel shared key. It's just like, really looks like the WhatsApp messaging, but since it's on our side, it's internal transfer. You basically connect to the other user, do the handshake, but a very standard protocol.
Yeah, so WhatsApp uses AES 256. And what do you guys?
It's different. We use AES to 2048 PSA.
Okay.
Sometimes you can do RSA 2048 for file encryption, and you just exchange the keys. We can really do a very deep technical explanation for you.
I get the answer, so thank you.
Yes.
Short question, can you give a ballpark figure on your turnover? I mean, what are the amount of fiat you actually convert per day, per month, per week, whatever? So
far, over 45,000 Bitcoins was dealt on the platform. It ranges for $2.5–3 billion so far.
What means so far? In terms of
the project is running since 2012 in Brazil. Now it's going global with Atronocom. So.
Okay, thanks.